Angel Cabrera is a case study of prison reform. After serving 17 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit, Angel has become an advocate for change within the criminal justice system. His story of redemption shows that reform is needed and that is possible. In this video, we will analyze Angel's story and discuss how his experiences have illuminated the need for prison reform. Angel Cabrera was sentenced to an additional jail term after admitting guilt to embezzlement charges. Despite being handed the sentence, Cabrera has always claimed that prison has done him good, and he is making the most of his time in jail. He is both reflecting on his life and taking courses to improve his knowledge, according to reports from the prison. Though Cabrera's current sentence is indefinite, it is expected that he will be released within the next few years. His opinion with the press shows that Cabrera's stint in prison has done him good and taught him important lessons. Furthermore, Angel Cabrera believes that this latest stint in prison has taught him. With the public declaration, it must have been a humbling experience, one which he will draw on in the future, even though he was disappointed by the sentence. It seems that Angel Cabrera is determined to make something positive out of the experience. Angel Cabrera spent 2 years in prison for aggravated robbery, but he says it's been a learning experience and that prison has done him good. After being sentenced to a further 6 years, Cabrera has provided insight into his time and the impact it has had on him. He claims that, while it hasn't been easy being away from his family and friends, he's taken the opportunity to reflect on his past mistakes and become a better person. Through his story of redemption, Cabrera has become an inspirational figure for those who are facing similar struggles and is now working to spread the message of hope to others in similar situations. Besides being sentenced to more jail terms, Angel Cabrera has gained some positive outcomes from his experience in prison. He has become an inspirational figure for those who are facing similar struggles and is using his story of redemption as a source of hope and inspiration to others. The fact that Angel Cabrera was willing to go back to prison after seeing how it changed his life speaks volumes about the need for prison reform. Angel Cabrera experienced firsthand the effects of prison and, despite the negative implications, said that it has done him good. This shows a level of resilience and strength that is not often seen when it comes to the topic of prison reform. It also serves as a testament to how much prison can help shape those willing to learn from their mistakes. His experience in prison has inspired him to advocate for better resources and support for inmates, which could help reduce recidivism rates and ultimately lead to a safer community. Again, Angel Cabrera's experience in prison has shown him the need for greater resources and support for inmates. By advocating for increased resources, Cabrera is hoping to curb recidivism rates and create a safer community for all. His story speaks volumes about the importance of providing adequate care and rehabilitation to those who have made mistakes. We can only suggest that the United States prison system is struggling to cope with overcrowding and inadequate funding, resulting in an increased risk of recidivism and recidivism-related issues. This is evident from the case of Angel Cabrera, who recently got sentenced to an additional jail term after he declared that prison had done him good. This has prompted questions about the effectiveness of the U.S. prison system, with some people calling for increased funding and better rehabilitation programs. Inadequate staffing levels, lack of access to rehabilitation programs, increased use of solitary confinement. Angel Cabrera, who was recently sentenced to more jail time, agrees when he said the prison has done him good. Despite the few resources available, he believes the environment has allowed him to reflect on his past mistakes and work towards a better future. The harshness of the prison system leaves much to be desired, however. There is hope that more restorative justice practices will be implemented to create a more humane environment. Angel Cabrera's comments on how prison has done him well suggest that there are still some cases where rehabilitation can be successful. But this outcome is not possible without significant investment into reformative programs and initiatives to help inmates reintegrate into society after their release from prison. However, Angel Cabrera's case is not the norm, and this outcome should not be taken as an example that rehabilitation is an achievable goal for all inmates. Despite his comments, the success of such a process ultimately depends on the resources invested into reformative programs and initiatives that allow offenders to gain the skills necessary to reintegrate into society upon their release. The positive impact of redemption on Angel Cabrera is that he has gone through a journey of redemption over the past years, which includes overcoming drug abuse, dedicating himself to charitable works, and spending more time with his family. Despite all this hard work, Angel Cabrera has been sentenced to another jail term for a traffic violation. Nevertheless, Angel Cabrera remains positive about his situation, claiming that prison has done him good in the long run and enabled him to reflect on his past mistakes. Angel Cabrera is determined to use this as an opportunity to further his redemption story and continue to build on the progress he's made in the past years. His journey has led him to self-reflect and recognize the mistakes he made in the past that landed him in prison. Cabrera recently received an additional 7 months to his jail sentence after failing to pay a hefty sum of money that he owes in taxes. Even though he has been behind bars for more than 5 years, Cabrera expressed gratitude for the time he has spent in prison and said that it has done him good. He believes that the experience has helped him to recognize his mistakes and to gain perspective on what matters in life. He is hoping that when his time is served, the lessons learned in prison will have helped him to become a better person. His story is an inspiration to others as it shows how a person can be redeemed through hard work, dedication, and personal growth, proving that it is never too late to turn your life around for the better next. Angel Cabrera's story is an inspiration to others that hard work and dedication can lead to personal growth and redemption. His sentence extension was in no way a loss, as it allowed him to become a better person and turn his life around for the better. Angel Cabrera's story is proof that it is never too late to change your life for the better. Prison reform should focus on the rehabilitation of inmates, rather than punishing them. Angel Cabrera has been able to reflect on his behavior and recognize the benefits of his time in prison to make changes for the better, which speaks volumes about the effectiveness of rehabilitation-focused prison reform. Despite being sentenced to more jail time, Cabrera has said that prison has done him good and that it has enabled him to make positive changes to his life. This could not be more evident and does more to prove the merits of rehabilitation-focused prison reform than any amount of statistics or success stories ever could. Cabrera's story should be a beacon in the fight for more effective prison reform policies. By providing inmates with access to the necessary resources and support, we can help them become productive members of society after they serve their sentences. If these reforms are implemented, we can reduce recidivism rates, create safer communities, and help former inmates integrate into society post-incarceration. Additionally, Angel Cabrera's statement is a reminder of how prison can not only be an effective punishment, but also a chance for inmates to rehabilitate and start fresh. By implementing more reforms to prison systems, we can provide more support to inmates and give them more opportunities for post-incarceration success. We must remember that it is our job as members of society to make sure that these individuals are given the help they need to become productive members of society once more. Angel Cabrera's story of redemption is a powerful example of how prison reform is needed and how it can work. Angel was able to turn his life around and become an advocate for change despite being wrongfully convicted. His story shows that when we invest in the humanity of prisoners, the entire criminal justice system can be transformed. It is a reminder that there is always hope, and that with the right resources, even those who have had a rough start in life can turn their lives around and become successful citizens. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.